the reason why we want to throw with a flat grip rather than upright grip is if you have an upright grip, the reason why I call it an upright grip is because if the frisbee is flat, your hand is upright. It's really hard to bend this joint this way. So if you want to throw a low release and you want the frisbee to be flat, the only way you can do it is by bringing your elbow down. And so you'll see lots of people who throw their low releases go step, and then they kind of go, and they've got their whole body down, but the release still isn't that low. So a flat grip, you can bend from here, which means you can throw with your wrist below your elbow, and you can throw like this, which means you don't have to get as low with your body to get a good low release. Does that make sense? So the first thing I'm going to get you to do is if you've got a frisbee by yourself or with your partner, just get a feel for the grip. What we are looking for is 2 fingers pressed into the deck of the frisbee, as we've already mentioned, jammed up against the rim. These other 2 fingers, you can kind of like do what you want with them. Some people tuck them out of the way. I hold them against the rim of the frisbee. It makes it a bit easier to hold the frisbee if you pump fake. It tends not to fling off into the air. Just kind of a good life skill. And with your thumb, the main problem that we see with people who start this is their thumb is on the very edge of the frisbee like this. And they're trying to hold the frisbee by pinching it between their fingers and their thumb. This is a very difficult thing to do with this grip. So instead, rather than trying to hold the frisbee by pinching here, what I want you to do is try and hold the frisbee by pinching with the meaty part of your hand here. Okay, so you're going to pinch with your thumb webbing. And what that's going to do is bring your thumb into the middle of the frisbee. So rather than holding here, you're going to hold like that. Does that make sense?
Is your thumb going to be
it's going to be on the side, but it's, you know, whatever. That's great. So what I get you to do, start with, is we need to figure out how to get wrist snap and spin from this kind of grip. And the best way to do that is to isolate our wrist, and the best way to isolate our wrist and also practice a release position that's out in front of our body is to throw, I'll demonstrate with Chloe. We're going to throw a release as far forward as we can, trying to isolate our wrist as much as we can. So I want you to start with the frisbee out in front, pull your wrist back, and flip it forward.
That's the Chloe throw.
Except Chloe used to throw with an upright grip. And if you can do this, you will never need to throw a push pass again, which means you will never bear the shame of a push pass penalty.
Oh, I love push passes.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do. So jump into a pair.
Yes.
Pull it back. Yep, and pull back. Good, that's good. Pull back.